So let's start with good morning, everybody. I said good. I said everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good. That's a little better. So thank you for being here on this. I'm told it's Black Friday today. Is that right? So thanks for being here rather than out there. So, ladies and gentlemen, beyond tolerance. What lies beyond tolerance? What's the space on the other side of tolerance? Is it a breaking point? Is it a bursting of the dam when you feel that I just can't put up this pretense anymore? I'm tired of being politically correct. I'm tired of having to pretend that I don't have any concerns or any fears in case I get branded a racist or a xenophobe or any of the other phobics. Can I not just curl up in my post-truth blanket and enjoy my expertophobia? Is that a word? Fear of experts. So is that what lies beyond tolerance? Or is it the space, one of mutual understanding, one of appreciation where someone's coming from? Or as my friend Belinda would say, empathy. Is it a suspension of judgment? Or is it a proactive seeking of diversity? I don't know about you, but I certainly feel that the forces of polarization are tearing at our social fabric right now. And sure, some of the sources of stress are very real. Economic, demographic, technology challenges, the fourth industrial revolution even. But some of the others are man-made. And unfortunately, I think we are gullible suckers for it. We all have our biases, we have our prejudices, we have fears, grievances, and all of that are very legitimate. But when we let all of these get hijacked and whipped up from frustration to rage, from rage to hate, and sometimes to violence, that becomes an issue. I think we've become rusty at constructive conflict. So if you disagree with me, it must mean that I hate your guts. Straight away, I will question your integrity and your motivation. I just can't isolate the person from the disagreement. I also can't separate or compartmentalize the issues of disagreement. So if you disagree with me on this topic, I just have to disagree with you on the next topic, just to retaliate, because it works as tit for tat. President-elect Trump. How long did it take to get to Trump? For any conversation nowadays to get to Trump, it's about 30 seconds or so. I think I lasted about a minute. In fact, somebody has offered, Peter, is it you, offered to pay £1 for every mention of Trump today? I see. So whoever mentions the word Trump pays £10 to a charity today. So I'll pay my £10 with this one. President-elect Trump. 2 tweets from him recently, if anyone's been following. So first one, the cast and producers of Hamilton should immediately apologize to Mike Pence. Nothing wrong with that. The other one, I cancelled today's meeting with the New York Times when the terms and conditions of the meeting changed. Again, nothing wrong with that. Except that he had inserted 2 clauses into each of those. So the first one read, the cast and producers of Hamilton, which I hear is highly overrated, should immediately apologize to Mike Pence. And the second one says, I cancelled today's meeting with the failing New York Times. It wasn't failing 5 minutes ago when the meeting was still on. But in both cases, the descriptive clauses don't really, they might be true, but they don't add to the argument. The only purpose is to attack and denigrate the subject of your conversation. But don't laugh too loudly. I don't think this is an aberration. I think you and I do it all the time. And there are real consequences to that. Closer to home, Brexit and some of the parts of that debate, fears around migration, homophobia, bashing of judges that you don't agree with, or even generalized bashing of certain professions and those apparently evil but unnamed big corporations that we like to talk about. The license for all forms of generalized hate, religious, secular, right-wing, left-wing, they all come from the same place. So today we'd like to see which of these possibilities lie beyond tolerance. And I'm extremely excited about the distinction and the sheer variety of the speakers that we'll hear from today. Education, business, academia, arts and entertainment, politics, media, social media. We really need to bring in as many perspectives to bear as we can. And what outcome are we looking for? Well, I'd like to know a couple of things. Can we stop ourselves as individuals from succumbing to some of the emotional triggers of polarization? And can we as a community become more resilient to exploitative polarization? So the next time someone comes to me and says, with the language of us and them, we can say, no, we're cool. We have problems, but we're dealing with it constructively. Or the next time someone says to me, you're excluded, you don't belong here, I can point to areas where I have been proactively included and say, what are you talking about? Or the next time we read a headline in the media or social media that's deliberately designed to get my goat, hopefully I won't give them my custom. Is it all a bit too idealistic? Possible, but obviously I don't think so. Smoking was cool in my dad's generation. It's not so cool anymore now. I think our attitudes to climate change, the LGBT community has changed dramatically between the last generation and this one. And we will hear today there are real inspiring stories of real positive change taking place all over. So I'm optimistic. What lies beyond tolerance? Well, I hope it's constructive conflict. It's proactive diversity. So let the counterinsurgency begin. Thank you.